Yo, the quantum couch, the quantum couch, the quantum couch. You better bet that shit. The quantum couch. You better bet that shit. It's Steven and Bruce, the quantum couch.
Okay. Welcome back to the Quantum Couch. Today is that episode we spoke about last episode with our special guest. I am Bruce, and with my co-host here,
Steven.
and our special guest.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am very excited to be on the Quantum Couch. Guys, I have been week after week after week tuned in, locked in, vibing on the couch. Got my popcorn, got my candy. I don't know if y'all are like the M&Ms and the popcorn type people, but I do that, and I've been vibing every single week on the Quantum Couch, and I am honored to be on this podcast. So thank you.
So JT, you are on the couch formally right now, and we're going to invite the audience to sit with us. So hop a seat on that Quantum Couch as we get right into our topics. This conversation starts now.
Let's do it.
Kicking it off, since it's a little bit of a fun episode, nothing obviously insanely crazy like how Bruce and I always do it, but we would like JT to kind of go through it and introduce himself a little bit, kind of have the audience get like an idea of who is this man and what is this other voice that I'm hearing with a really good microphone quality. And with that here on the show, since Bruce and I kicked it off our initial episode with our favorite movies, I think it's only fair that you get a chance to hit us with your 5 favorite movies.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, first and foremost, my name is JT. Like these fine gentlemen said before, I have been around the block or two with podcasts. I've hosted my own. I've been a part of some. I've actually, fun fact, I've actually hosted a Comic-Con, so that's cool.
Wow.
But life, life be life, and sometimes, and took a little step back from the podcasting world. But Steven, like you asked, my 5 favorite movies, I would have to go with, and this is in no order, okay? I could watch any of these 5 right here, right now, and they would all be number 1 in my heart. That's Avengers Endgame. Then you have Project Hail Mary, which
Sorry.
maybe a recency bias, but I'm gonna allow it because it is. I mean, it's that good. It is that good. Sinners.
Amazing.
Sinners is on there.
Great.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King,
Yes.
and I have to throw this one in there because it is my all-time favorite comedy, and that is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Wow, good choices, man.
Absolutely.
Holy moly. And that is a great one to end off your 5 with. You got any honorable mentions in there too?
Ooh, look, I love Infinity War. I think Infinity War could definitely be, top 5. Interstellar, I think, is another,
Ooh,
if we're going off the
yes.
space vibe as well. But I think you could throw in all the Lord of the Rings. I just think Return of the King is my absolute favorite of the 3.
It is one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And then honestly, look, I was a huge fan growing up of this movie. And I really think it's another comedy, and if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest it. And I suggest it when you watch it
Where you
in
going with this?
you gotta watch it during Christmas time, but it is Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. You gotta watch
yes.
it.
Good.
Yes.
Oh wow,
That's a
that is a
pull.
great. That is
and
a
then
good.
and then I have one more. I'm sorry, guys. I have one more because it always baffles me that the goat, the iconic Eminem absolutely destroys Sam Wilson in 8 Mile. So
That
I've got to
is a
go 8
good.
Mile. Got to go 8 Mile.
You know what? Definitely 8 Mile deserves some love. I think that was a great movie. Eminem, who isn't an actor, did great on that.
Yeah.
Good for Marshall. Come on the show, Marshall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, good selection. And honestly, your honorable mentions are amazing. Seriously.
Yeah, Clarence's
Yeah.
parents have a real good marriage. I mean, that was just. I remember the
That
first time I heard that, I laughed so hard because I
yeah,
just love that movie.
I could have a discussion on that that 3-part battle with B Rabbit going through
Yes.
the gauntlet. There's some people out there in the interwebs that thinks that B Rabbit lost that second round, but nah nah
No,
nah. Nah nah nah.
I wouldn't even say that it's
Nah,
close either.
No.
nah.
No.
You know what? He brought crowd participation to the conversation where it wasn't happening.
Oh,
And let me
absolutely.
tell you, as a rapper myself, who actually has performed on those stages, when you're just performing in front of a group and they're not familiar with your music, the best way to get them familiar is participation. That's one of
Mhm.
the first things you learn. It's like stage work. How do I present this new music to somebody who never heard it that might not be interested unless I get them involved?
Right.
The hardest thing for somebody to abstain from or object from is something that they particularly feel invested in.
Mm.
So if they're listening to your music and you get them involved, like, all right, now I need you to say this part here, then they feel committed to the project. Well, the same thing
Right.
that he did when he had the crowd involved. Now this
Mhm.
crowd who did not want to accept him was crapping all
They're,
over him
they're
now becomes like on his side, right?
yeah,
So
they're
Yep.
yeah,
riding
yeah,
with them.
because
Oh
he
yeah.
because he got them involved, got them in the spirit of things. So
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I actually might go watch that movie really soon because I it's been a hot minute, but like every time I think about it, I'm just like just a young Sam Wilson just absolutely gets
yeah,
destroyed
Oh
by
yeah.
yeah,
by a guy who is just making ends meet, has a best friend who shoots himself in his own with his own gun. Like, I mean,
Cheddar,
yeah, Cheddar Bob over there, yeah,
Cheddar
yeah, you know.
Bob, yeah,
But yeah,
It's
great,
great.
great films all over. I mean, it's tough, honestly, and I know you guys can agree with this. It is tough to pick like a five. Like I feel like my five,
yeah,
change all the time. But
yeah.
that's why I mean I'm glad that you asked for honorable mentions because I could keep going.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Think that's why the honorable mentions are so important because just like you, I my top five revolve. I do have some mainstays, but those mainstays
Hmm.
sometimes pivot within the five as well. Like
Right.
one day it'll be this, and then the next time it'll be that. So yeah, 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 absolutely. I agree with you on that.
Hmm.
100%. And I think that's
What
great.
else
The
we
thing
got?
I've always looked at with like honorable mentions is like it's never honorable mentions as number like, oh, here's 6 and here's number 7.
Yeah.
To me, those are movies that are like, no, they could slip in and be number 4, number 3, some of these days. That's how I've always viewed them. So they're definitely important whenever you're going
Yeah.
through and making a list.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely, 100%.
Well, you know, call me B Rabbit because I want to get you guys in with this on, and you guys got to help me out and sing along with me. We're
Oh.
jumping into agree or disagree.
Okay.
Okay,
I
I'm
can do
gonna
that.
hit you guys with a question. I need a response. I need a crowd response. No, absolutely no fighting. If there is fighting, though, that's fine. It makes for
Okay.
good content.
That's fine.
So, kicking off with the number one, and we'll do it here where I'll go 3, 2, 1. Then you guys say what you want to say. We have the Captain America trilogy is better than the Dark Knight trilogy. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Disagree.
Agree.
God, that
You're
Bruce, where are you
sucks.
gonna
What a
fall here?
fucking what a bastard ass question. Oh my god. Uh, God, I hate this question. Okay, let me rationalize this real quick because this is just such a hard question. The first Captain America was a great movie, but it was kind of slow.
He punched Hitler in the face.
Who doesn't love that?
You got a good point there. It was a great, but
It was slow compared to the
it
next
got
two that come
slow.
out of it, though.
Yes, no, Absolutely. But say the same thing for Iron Man, right? Iron Man 1, while
Yeah.
it was pinnacle to the success of the franchise, right? It was when you go back and be like, it's not my favorite Iron Man.
Yeah.
So I
I'm
feel
an
like
Iron
that
Man
would.
2 truth or till I die.
But the first of the Nolan trilogy for Dark Knight,
Dude.
that was great. And they had to do it this way because there was so much yearning for a Michael Keaton, Batman, 89 feel. And when we didn't get that, and we got this dark and grainy, almost black and whitish,
The hockey pads.
yeah, I gotta say, I gotta go with the Dark Knight. I think, while I love the Captain Americas, I gotta go with the Dark Knight. That's my answer.
Same.
It is so close, though. So close,
I'm
man.
with you there. JT, since you were on the
Yeah.
opposite side of the fence and you said agree, hit us. Why?
So, kind of like y'all are saying, when you look at the same trilogy, so you look at 1 through 3 on each, I think personally, after watching all these movies, I think Captain America has a slight, very slight, like 0.1% better trilogy than The Dark Knight. And the reason I'm saying that is because Civil War, while it feels like an Avengers movie, topples
Yeah.
anything that The Dark Knight has. Yes, we have,
Whoa.
yes we can get into The Dark Knight Rises. Yes, we can get into the whole Joker situation. That movie in itself is better than a good portion of the MCU, but not
Mm.
better than Civil War.
Dang. I will say this,
Let
though.
let me
Good
Good
point.
point.
oh,
Good point. Good point, by the way.
can I add one thing in here and
Yeah.
maybe I can sway you. Here's how I can sway you.
Let's see.
Introduction to one of the biggest trilogies, or the biggest not trilogies, but superheroes namestay with Spider-Man in the MCU. Introduction.
Yeah.
The introduction to the
That's a cheat code.
legendary,
That's a
iconic,
goddamn cheat code right there.
the legendary, iconic, influential, rest in peace Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther introduction.
Damn it, that is a
Oh,
cheat code.
yes.
The
This is a whole
fight,
cheat code, man.
That
the fight,
itself.
the fight between him and Winter Soldier on the roof,
On the roof, man.
on the
The,
roof.
the scratch on the shield.
Shit, man.
Fuck.
The
I might
the
sway.
Wait a
the
minute, though. My counter argument, one thing, I propose a counter argument, and I think you started this out fairly. However, yes, it does feel like an Avengers movie. So is it good on its own without all of these beautiful cameos? Which, yes, Spider Man, yes, Black Panther. Heck, the fight scene that we got between Captain America and Tony Stark's was amazing. There were some Ant Man becoming. All
yeah.
of these things
Giant
are
Man.
beautiful. However, would it stand alone? But like, would it have the same energy as a standalone, or would it be no different than Captain America and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the TV
I
series,
I
or
think I
Brave New
think you
World?
can I think you can stem a lot of this, a lot of what you get from like the future of, because the way that I look at it, and maybe this is a wrong way of approaching it, is that movie alone, it stems, it's like a plant. That's the seed.
Mm,
And you get all of these little roots coming from it. You get
mhm,
you can see and you can feel the budding of the relationship between Wanda and Vision.
mhm.
WandaVision.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
see
yeah.
the budding relationship between Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out. You see the
Mhm.
introduction of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is now in the MCU. I don't care what Sony says. He is now in the MCU.
Yeah, I
Then
agree.
you get, hate it or not, you get Rhodey being paralyzed by a by Vision, who is not supposed to be. I mean, he is. I mean, there's Rhodey's, reasoning to have the armor, okay, like the mechanical legs. And I'm gonna throw this one in there, and yes, it is hilarious, but you don't get Tony Stank.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get Nomad Steve Rogers breaking them out of the raft into
Yeah.
Infinity War. This is why, and maybe I'm looking at this wrong, and I said it before, but when you take Marvel movies we can debate Marvel and DC all night long, and it would be a 7-hour episode. But one of the reasons why I'm more of a Marvel fan is because of that budding system that they have. The Dark Knight
Yeah.
Rises 1 through 3, fantastic. It ends there.
Yeah, you're right.
Civil
give you
War,
that.
Civil
Yeah.
War, bang, 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 bang. You get all of these other projects
Yeah.
that stem from that one project. That's the only reason. While I love, Dark Knight Rises,
Mm.
it's one of my favorite superhero movies. I just think a slight edge, like I mentioned, a slight edge goes to Captain
They
America.
left a lot of stuff without payoff in the
Yeah.
Nolan, and I get it. You're right.
Yeah.
Could there have been some other stuff? There were Easter eggs being planted in that last one. All day,
Yeah.
man. We could have had a Robin in the next one. It would have been easy. I mean, it was so much. So yeah, you're right. I don't think it was given the justification that, say, an Infinity War. I mean, not Infinity War. Civil War would have given. But I think it was developing that.
Mm-hmm.
DC's problem is DC. It's not
Yep.
the movies. It's their business practices. Let's just
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest issue with DC is DC gets in its own way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes they look at what other people are doing and they're like, "Oh, we got to do it better." I mean, when the Avengers came out, DC was like, "Oh, nope, we got to fast track our Justice League," and we all know how that turned out. Like I mean, there was no rhyme or reason for all these characters to be joining in one. Like we never even saw, we didn't even get a Cyborg project. we we didn't even get that.
We should have.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I'd probably sway more now towards Captain America being better than the Dark Knight.
Come on over here. Come to my side of the couch.
You know what? I think the couch is getting crowded because I'm gonna slide on that side too. Only because you made two great counterpoints, and I think the points that you made is definitely that it was the springboard basically for, or the catalyst for what we now have in the MCU that we're probably going to see crumble in Doomsday or beyond, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we get any of that without having Civil War. So I give you that. And you're right. DC, while great, didn't have an opportunity to build on itself, which would have been better. But then they rushed Justice League to compete, and that was garbage.
Yeah,
that was garbage.
The Joss.
I don't care if you get the extended cut or not. And I like Zack Snyder. I like
Zack Snyder's Justice League. I thought it was a lot of fun.
It was okay, but if I'm pairing it up against Civil War, ain't happening.
Well, yeah, no, especially
Never.
when it's like it was like a 3.5, 4 hours, like just a
Yeah.
collage of just footage of
Yeah.
what's happening in the background. I had a lot of fun, and
So
I
Jay-
did love it. But
No, I loved it. It was good. JT, you got that one, man. That's
yeah,
I'll take it.
one for JT on
swayed
that
me.
one.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
the next question for agree to disagree. And Bruce has heard this one before. James Gunn has better stories to tell with DC than Kevin Feige has with Marvel at this point.
Wait a minute. Before you go, I forgot where we landed, so this is going to be kind of new for me because you and I, we had this back and forth. All right. Go ahead.
Repeat that question. Hold on. Repeat that question because
We'll repeat it.
there's some terminology in there I want to get correct.
As of this point right now, pre-Doomsday, pre-Supergirl, James Gunn has better stories to tell with DC than Kevin Feige does with Marvel. And we will reveal our answers in 3, 2, 1.
Agree.
Disagree.
You have some explaining to do, Steven.
Here's why.
Sway us.
I don't think James Gunn is going to pull the trigger on half of these beloved stories that DC has ever put out. I don't think he's going to go through and give us like Death in the Family. I don't think he's going to touch that. I think if he touches anything, he'll probably touch like Court of Owls. So that means he probably won't give us Hush down the line. We'll get a mention like what James Gunn likes to do, putting like, Calendar Man in the background of Suicide Squad and a lot of these things. But when it comes down to a lot of great DC stories, we're already getting a setup for some characters. Like Supergirl looks pretty fun and promising. Green Lantern, uh, as excited as I want to be for that, I mean, that's that's to me I'm very questionable on. And maybe it's just one of those people that I'm not a fan of those leaked suits. The poop brown suits with the green
Mm.
on it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't
Oh.
and I love James Gunn, and I will die on the hill that he is just insanely creative. But story wise, I mean, you gave us a near rip of All Star Superman. You're giving us Woman of Tomorrow with Supergirl. Is he going to delve and actually give us these stories? Like, is he going to give us like an actual good like Teen Titans movie? And
I
what
don't
Teen
think we're
Titans
gonna
story
get
do you
that.
do? There's like 6 of them that are great that you could pick from.
Yeah.
Knowing
And
who
when we
he is, I don't
Yeah.
think we get that. He picks the B sides every time.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. He picks these obscure characters. So the thing is, like, don't get me wrong. I love these characters. I love how different you can be and how unique you can find them. 10 years ago, if you told me Creature Commandos is gonna, I'd be like, what the fuck is that? But with this now, like, he's picking these obscure characters and he's moving away from these big stories that you could do. Like, he's moving away from JLA. He's moving away from some of these crazy moments. Like, it's just, I don't get it. There's nothing wrong with sticking to formula. If you're gonna stick with Superman and give us All Star Superman and give us Woman of Tomorrow, bitch, give us a great Batman story. Brave and the Bold is not bad, but when you're gonna establish a universe with a Robin already with really no build up, I need more. That's
So
why I
here's
believe Marvel right now has that foundation to be a lot better than DC does.
here's something though to consider, right?
Hmm.
We're talking about James Gunn and the brilliance that he is. We have to then include Marvel's 3 most powerful movies for the space
Yeah,
part of the universe.
he turned
is
Guardians into a
of the
household
Galaxy.
name.
Just considering what he did there, and then the work that he did on Peacemaker, then the work he did on Superman, and I guess whatever else is really in the works now, I gotta say, I trust it. And I think when we talk about Kevin Feige, we talk about Kevin Feige as if he's like, if he's the writer, and it's not, right? Like, he's a great producer. He understands, I got this group of writers, I'm gonna put them together, and we're gonna piece them together to get some of the best story content. Whereas James Gunn, he's writing this shit. He's sitting
Right.
there. He's putting out scripts 2, 3 times. He says he's always writing, and he's putting out scripts like insane paces. Like, dude, he's supposed to be on vacation, and he's fucking building scripts. So
Yeah,
it's
you got your
just, I,
gorgeous wife sitting there, and you're gonna write a script, dog. Shit.
yo, but she's also a participant in this shit, according to him.
And here's maybe that's my biggest gripe, and maybe I'll have 2 counterpoints for you here. One is James Gunn giving us movies of characters that don't have that spotlight, or is he giving us like actual stories and foundations of fantastic stories we've heard before? Because if you're just gonna give me Sergeant Rock and Peacemaker, people I haven't heard of, yeah, you can make them great because I've never heard of them. So I don't have that like predetermined knowledge of a good story. Or are you gonna give me a story that I already know that you can make even better? That's what worries me about James Gunn. Because yeah, I love his comedy, I love his music. He could make a movie about a guy who fucking sells toilets, and I'll probably love it. But
Did you
are you
watch the
giving me a?
last season of Peacemaker, by the way?
Oh yeah, every week I loved it.
The multi-dimensional storyline, which is overdid because Marvel did it so well, right? In their movies, he did in one season of Peacemaker, and he did it so well. And you think about how in that TV show that it worked out so well, it found its way into Superman as a basis to the whole entire backbone of the storyline he's going with.
but he had to. He had to, because now with DC, you're in a connected universe and you have to make everything make sense because you had that. Who did you get that idea from? Who's the person that established a universe and had a plan? Your boss, Kevin Feige. That's why, dude.
Wait a minute.
I
Hold on.
love
One
James
other
Gunn, but
point
I'm
I want
not
to
with
make
the
real
Kevin
quick.
Feige slander
Hold
there.
on. One other point, by the way, and this is just in tying up my original point.
Yeah.
When you're writing this much content, and then you're creating this long universe, and there's nobody else doing it, there's less hands in the pot. There's less chefs in the kitchen. That means there's less room for mistakes to happen, as we've seen with Marvel and their development. As we've seen, sometimes they've dropped the ball on some of the storyline, and it's like, what the hell does that mean? Where Echo did not quite match up with Daredevil Born Again, because where the fuck did Fisk come from with his mind had been erased?
Yeah.
I don't understand that shit. Or, it's just, there's this, sometimes the scroll, do we talk about the scroll dilemma? Do we mention that? Do we even do that to
we hate it.
ourselves? They fucking ruined Sam Jackson. They ruined Sam Jackson.
Here, okay.
Amelia Clark. They ruined them.
I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish your point because I have another counterpoint for my argument.
No, that's it. I'm done venting because that shit is fucked up. I can't forgive them for that shit. Marvels? Can't fucking forgive them. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Is good storytelling the same as a great planned future? Like, if you just tell good stories consistently there, is it fun? Or is it something where you're leading up like 10 years like Marvel did? Where like, yeah, you waited 10 years and you got Thanos at the end of the line. But guess what? We just gave you Superman. You love David Cornsweet. Next year, we're going to give you Brainiac. And him and Lex Luthor are working together. Like, you're jumping the gun on some of these, no pun intended, on some of these projects. And it just, the timing is just, for me, it's just not there. I feel like James Gunn's like, okay, I have so many toys in this sandbox. Like, I can play all of them at the same time. Marvel does a good job at separating their characters when they need to, as much as we want to see them cross over. But with DC, it's like they're just throwing people left and right and everything.
Let me answer that real quick, and then
That's my final point.
we want you to chime in. But here's something. If we're talking about, and I respect your fear and the possibility of what he's concocting, right? Possibly not being good because he's at a rapid pace producing this stuff. But I think that we're talking about the possibility, whereas now when we're comparing it to Kevin Feige, who has a long history, then all we can do is take what we known for James Gunn being great at already, not the future, but what we can tangibly reality focus on and compare. You know what I mean? Because then at that point, we'd have to consider a Black Panther 3. We'd have to consider all these other things, and it's equal, right? So because we're not doing that, and we're only considering the body of work that exists, could we then extrapolate from that alone that James Gunn is, because we said writer, not producer, is a greater writer than Kevin Feige? Now, if we're talking production, that's a different question. But as a writer, no, James Gunn is superior.
Well,
and he proved that with the Guardians. He proved that.
But what has Kevin Feige written, though? A check to Robert Downey Jr. because he's going to deliver you the biggest fucking movie in another few years.
All right.
So,
all right,
sometimes
you got that.
money talks louder than a good script.
Touche. He don't write. What did Kanye say? He says he don't write. He writes checks, some shit like that. But all right. Yeah.
And
no, that was Diddy. Though. That was a bad Quote. That was Diddy. He said, "I don't write rhymes. I write checks."
That out. We're keeping that Diddy line in there.
JT, what's your perspective?
JT,
what do you got to add?
We want your perspective in this.
No, hey, look, I love a good tussle. I love the back and forth. It was
friendly love.
No, of course.
I think we had this discussion before, so it's just kind of continue.
So the reason I had you say it again, and it's the verbiage, right now. And here's what I'll say: we are in a brand new, freshly opened DCU. James Gunn, you've got some cojones on you for giving us pretty much all Superman projects. I wouldn't do that if I were you, but hey, you be you, homie. I'm not mad at it. You're trying. I do believe he's trying to get the Guardians aspect of the fans to say, look at Supergirl. I can go out on the streets right now and say, do you know who Supergirl is? And 75% of the population would say, who is that?
Yeah.
I would go out in the streets and say, who's Clayface? And 5% of the population would say, oh, I know who that is. So you got some, cojones over there, my brother. But right now, as we're speaking, Marvel is going on. I mean, Iron Man turned 20 back, or is going to be 20 in 2028. Like,
Wow.
Fuck.
they're almost 20 years into the beginning of the MCU. DC has had its DCEU. We're now in the new DCU. Gunn is taking over this new chapter. And while I will ride and die for Marvel all day, something new and fresh is what we need. And I do think that James Gunn is the one to do that. While I have my complaints about Gunn, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, he's not perfect, but he knows how to grab an audience and he knows how to make non-household names become household names. And while we're turning this chapter in this and opening up a new book into Secret Wars, into, the next mutant saga and stuff, I'll say it here, X-Men, if it's done right, will topple anything that DCU can compete with. It will topple it because X-Men and the mutants has been ongoing for so
They're
long.
the staple.
Exactly. And so when that comes into play, you cast right. Of course, a lot of things have to happen. You have to cast right. You have to have the perfect people to write the script, which I think they just now, as of this recording tonight, they found the new script writers for X-Men, the new X-Men movie. So, and let me find it for you guys so I don't, so I'm not.
Some breaking news?
Yeah, so it looks like the Beef creator, the show Beef with Steven Yin.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
The creators Lee Sung Jin and the Bear co-showrunner Joanna Callio will rewrite the script for Marvel Studios' X-Men.
Oh,
This
you
is
guys
beautiful.
are in for a treat.
This is beautiful.
So
People are going to remember why the X-Men were a bigger name than Avengers for a long, long time.
Absolutely.
The writing on those two.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Quite
yeah.
literally chef's
And
kiss.
what's so insane about that is that Beef was what I would consider a serial comic. It's serious and funny at the same time because it's all real life coincidentals and incidentals versus the Bear, which is dramatic at times, really emotionally charged. It pulls at your heartstrings. You see Barenthal as the big brother in memory flashbacks while he's struggling with his, passion for cooking and all of these things. And those two minds with so different writing abilities together to make one script. Holy shit.
And mind you, the person that's producing it and directing it also did Thunderbolts. So
we're in.
Just gonna say that right there. But back to your question, Steven. As of right now, I'd rather put if I were to put it into money cents, I'd rather put 60 cents on the whole dollar into DC right now because of how fresh it is. But I feel like I would invest more into the 40% into Marvel, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's fair.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's one of the questions that's really tough because it can seriously go either way.
Yeah, it's a very tough.
I don't want to. I hope the audience knows I love James Gunn and I love DC. I love what they're doing over there, but I have my concerns, and I'm cautiously optimistic for their
Yeah.
projects.
But
And
I'm the
I will
same
be
way
their
with
opening night.
Marvel.
Like I
Marvel's
said,
X-Men until right now, I was kind of skeptical. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah.
like, I still
Yeah.
am, because even though we got a great director, even though we got two great writers, the casting
yeah,
is what scares me.
yeah,
You gotta bring it. You can have all the great writing in the world, but the casting will be fucking flagrant. Whoever the casting director is, they got a job for their ass.
yeah. I
This
do
is gonna
think.
be the hardest job on the planet.
Oh, absolutely. I do think, like, going into, and I mentioned this before, James Gunn is really banking, and hey, all I'd rather him bank more on this if he believes in himself, which I fully believe he does.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Oh yeah.
starting off the new DCU with no Batman, no Wonder Woman,
Yeah, that was
all
tough.
Superman, maybe a weird Clayface introduction, which
Mm.
whatever. But starting off with those projects, I would say the big three would be, we've got I was gonna say Man of Steel. Who we got the Superman movie this
Yeah.
past summer. Then we're getting Supergirl in the next couple months, and then you're going
Yeah.
into Man of Tomorrow. Like all of that is just they're all Superman projects. Which okay, I guess you're banking on Superman being your lead, but
And do you do
you gotta
chapters here?
you got to give us Batman at some point. And I'm sorry, but if you're waiting
Mm.
on the Batman to finish, that's a wrong move. That's a wrong move in my opinion.
Yeah, that won't be done till you're 40, guys. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
with that, I mean, that's tough because yeah, do you do it where it's like, hey, we have 3 years of Superman, we have 3 years of Batman, 3 years of Wonder Woman, then we throw all of them in together and they
Mm.
finally get to collide. You can't do that to David Cornsweet. You can't have him wait 5+
Nah, I
years to
don't think
interact with one of
so.
these staple characters.
And what you
No.
also can't do is you can't bring Robert Pattinson as your Batman.
No,
I don't
no,
want
You can't.
that. I don't
You
want
can't.
that. No.
You can't because you've already told stories that you've already said that this is an Elseworld project.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
already established. That's
And
its
it
own
feels
thing.
disconnected to me. It doesn't feel like it's connected to the same universe. I love it, but I don't see that darkness that it has kind of fitting into the DCU, especially when you consider that like Superman's so bright and vibrant. Peacemaker
Yeah,
is dark, but it's still bright and vibrant. It feels like two different universes, man. I couldn't
I
see
agree.
it. I want to be here for that. No, no.
I agree.
Keep it in there. I'm good with that.
Well,
I'm good with that.
I mean, I'm 0-2 tonight, but that's nothing wrong with that. Our next agree and disagree question. We have two left. The next one here. This is going to be a rapid fire one. I just want you guys to go right off the cuff. Here we go. Agree or disagree? Marvel has better heroes than DC, and DC has better villains than Marvel. 3,
I agree.
2.
Oh wait, go ahead. My bad.
Bruce said, "Fuck the count."
Fuck the count, dude. No, that was a good question. I gotta agree, man. DC definitely got some amazing villains, man.
I'd have to
Yeah.
agree as well. I have to
I
agree,
agree.
as well.
That
Yeah.
might be a
Yeah.
clean sweep. I agree there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. That's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. Mm.
Yeah, that's tough. But I think overall, Marvel probably does have better heroes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The
For sure.
next one, and this is gonna be a little fun one. Fuck it, we'll do two more actually. This is another little easy cuff one. Agree or disagree? The Batman with prep time argument is overused bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
3, 2, 1. Agree.
I hate this.
100%.
I hate this topic so much.
It's the
like
dumbest thing to ever happen to the comic book community.
it's Batman fans, and I'm a fan of Batman, but it's his ride or die fans that are trying to make up an excuse for him not to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
Like
that for
go
sure.
look. The biggest thing, and I love this is, and maybe this is like the wrong thing to use as an example, but Zendaya and Robert Pattinson just recently had a movie called The Drama, and on their
Yeah.
press tour, they were asked, do you agree highly agree, disagree, or highly disagree. And one of the questions was, would Spider-Man beat Batman? And both Pattinson and Zendaya said highly agree. And then Robert Pattinson was like, "Well, I don't think contractually I can say that." So he disagreed. But he kind of I mean, you come on now. Like one of them actually has
Yeah.
superpowers. Like again, I
Yeah.
love Batman to death, but like this whole thing of, well, Batman would understand the webbing and he would understand his movements and stuff. It's like, how much prep time does this guy need? Spider-Man, I
Well,
mean,
Yeah.
look, if you go up, okay, if Batman goes up, maybe Spider-Man's the wrong person to use. If he goes up against a villain, a Marvel villain,
let's say
a
Doctor
Green
Doom.
Goblin, Doctor Doom. Okay, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is not going to give him. Doctor Doom's not going to be like, all right, Bats, I'll give you 3 hours to prep.
Yeah. See you in 3 hours. See you at
Yeah, I'll
at
see.
3 o'clock on the playground.
I'll
That's
see
not
you right
happening.
here, right now, in 3 hours. Go do what you got to do. No, Doctor Doom's like that. Like he's
Yeah.
going after him, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just again, I love Batman. I think he's a fantastic hero. He's one of the best heroes, despite DC or Marvel or whatever. But the prep time conversation is just it's a pigeonholed for,
Yeah.
but I want my character to win. I
Yeah.
want to give him the best option. Like you put him into a room and it's
Yeah.
everything sealed off.
Nah, he's done.
I mean,
He's toast.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
done.
mean,
He doesn't have
he
any
may
super healing. Like,
yeah. I mean,
Nah.
I can I think the best, and maybe y'all can I'll play my little agree to disagree with you too. I think that Iron Man is probably the 50-50 best competition for Batman. Everything else above Iron Man would win.
yeah, I'd say
I
that's
could
fair.
see that. I could see that. Yeah.
So if you go down the
Two
list,
geniuses with
Captain
toys.
America.
Yeah. Easy.
Captain America wins.
Oh, hands
Is
down.
this a crazy take? Mr. Fantastic wins.
No,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Wraps him up. He
Like-
can't get to his tool belt. It's over. Done.
That's
No
the thing, like,
batarang.
how much time do
okay.
they give Batman? And this
Yeah.
they're talking like this motherfucker has iPads in his belt. Where it's like, guys,
Yeah.
he's not gonna sit there and do research. He's gonna Google Victor Von Doom weakness. Like
Yeah.
what? I never understood that
Siri.
argument, and I'm not a fan.
Siri.
Hey, Siri.
Right? What the? You know what
Hey,
Doctor Doom
Siri.
would do to that iPad? Siri's
No,
your
he-
wife's
he-
name?
No, he'd be like, "Hey Siri, what is this?" And then Tony Stark would
Yeah,
be like, "Oh, you have your own AI. Hey Friday, can you give me a
yeah.
like,
He's
Like,
like-
that's the thing is just
He's like, no, it's not mine.
yeah,
yeah.
that's-
The
I
people
love
at
Batman,
Apple's.
but it's raps.
yeah, it's yeah." But
What else?
like
you
I
got?
said, anything above Iron or below Iron Man, yeah, I could see Batman winning. Like I can see
Yeah.
him beating. There's a lot of characters that are above Iron Man, but you get lower and lower. Like I think Batman could probably beat Hawkeye. I think Batman
And
could probably beat
Star-Lord.
and Star Lord. I could
Hmm.
probably see him beating Black Widow. I can see him beating, but go up against Captain America, Spider Man, the
Panther.
whole Thor, Black Panther. Nah. Sorry.
It's raps.
Sorry, Bats.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Real.
What's your other one?
The last
That's a good
question
point.
today, guys, to close out the show, agree or disagree? We need another podcast.
Agree.
I
Don't
agree.
even, don't
Agree.
We
don't
need
do
a
the countdown.
countdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, fuck a countdown. Well, it's a great thing that you guys said yes and that we all agreed because here at Quantum Couch, we are creating another podcast. It's going to
Woo.
be called Past the Silver Screen. All things cinema. It's going to be a lot different than the Quantum Couch. For our listeners that like our nerdy stuff, you can go through and listen to that if you are just a huge movie enjoyer. But if you're not the biggest nerdy kind of person, then maybe Past the Silver Screen will be your cup of tea because we won't go with all the nerdy shit that Bruce and I like to talk to. And I think the best thing about this whole kind of opening up of a different realm for a different podcast is that you're still going to see us there. we're going to be bouncing around in there from time to time. You'll probably have episodes where it's, Bruce and I in there, or JT and I in there, or even Bruce and JT in there, or maybe all three of
Yeah.
us. We're going to
Yeah.
be really flexible with stuff like this. And
Yeah, because I
it's
got to
going to
come
be
talk about
super
Cannonball
exciting.
Run with you guys. We got to talk about
Yeah.
Cannonball Run. And what would happen if we did one today? Who would produce it? What actors would be in it? What
Bruce-
cars would we have? I'm just saying. All right,
Yeah.
never mind. Go ahead.
Bruce is
Steven.
in. No,
Yeah,
you're good. It's going to be exciting, and it's something that we've actually had a lot of thought of. And I know JT and I actually had the most discussion about it, where it's like, hey, like we want this like other realm where we can do a show, and we just thought like maybe we can just pair it up with the Quantum Couch since you're already familiar with us. We might as well just keep the family around and put out another show for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're already sitting on the quantum couch. Why don't you just grab some popcorn and then look past the silver screen? You know,
Mm,
it merges. It just goes so
Exactly.
well together.
absolutely.
It's hand in hand.
That's
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're super excited for you guys. Um, be more on the lookout for things like that, for more updates on Past the Silver Screen, because it might be here before you know it.
So you guys heard it here.
Right here,
This is happening.
right
Oh
now.
yeah,
It just
but
be prepared.
you guys aren't ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm a lot more vulgar on that show. I will say I do cuss so much. I didn't realize that until after I recorded. I was like, wow, I was swearing a bunch. So it's going to be definitely not for children. Um, NSFW, probably not safe for work because I swear way too much in there. But if you kind of like that unfiltered content where you can just be yourself, I mean, truly, this is also the place of where it's at. But we talk about everything. But that's it for me and my rambling. Do you guys have anything else that you'd want to say about Past the Silver Screen and this kind of jump into this other opportunity?
Well, I said what I said, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get past the silver screen. I'm excited. And yeah. Let's do it.
It's gonna be exciting in the sense that audiences who are listening to this now can also go and hear the same voices, familiar voices, but a different topic. It just goes to show that we are an encyclopedia of, or not even encyclopedia. We're like a damn, computer over here
Oh
with all
yeah.
the content that we have, and it's just our way of expressing. It's art.
Are you saying we're
Our
Zola? Are you saying we're Zola?
oh well, you know.
Just take
But
out the Nazi
it's
part and probably.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
Um,
that.
just understand that when you're listening to Steven and Bruce on the Quantum Couch, and you're like, man, I wonder if they talked about this movie. Well, if you go on to Past the Silver Screen, more than likely we're probably going to talk about it, because I
Oh
can
yeah.
tell you guys right now, I see a ton of movies. I go to the theater; it's my second home, so I'm down to talk about it, and I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, and if you guys want another avenue for movies, I mean, JT also has a really, really fun TikTok page, Trendy Talk with JT. He reviews people's letterboxes. It's actually really, really entertaining just going in there and seeing all these people flood in the comments of "Do mine, do mine."
Yeah, I know
Um,
it's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
so fun. But if you guys love stuff like that, and we definitely recommend checking his stuff out because he's been a close friend of mine for such a long time, and he makes great stuff. His content's always been a lot of fun, and this is just going to be such an exciting opportunity for everybody. We're all going to get a chance to really gel and work together and see kind of where this little ugly duckling goes. I'm super
Oh yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Quack quack.
It's like Howard the Duck. We're like Howard the Duck. So
We really are.
So we're
But
like Zola and the duck, right? Howard the
we're
yeah,
Zola
yeah.
the duck.
Rizola the Duck. Yeah,
That is it.
exactly.
But in all seriousness, though, we really appreciate you guys week in and week out, always, just supporting us, whether it's on Facebook and Spotify comments or just jumping in the Discord. We appreciate all of it. And we hope you enjoyed this episode. It's maybe a tad longer than what we usually do, but, there's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
we hope you guys have a great rest of your day wherever you are. You be safe. You take care. Thanks for taking a seat on the Quantum Couch. And we'll see you past the silver screen.
Hey, Steven, play the music.
Welcome to the Quantum Couch. Steven, JT, Bruce, take a seat. Take a seat.